Thank you for the. So we have a scenario in our company where they want to move from Tableau CRM to Power BI for obvious reasons. And we have a dashboard and trying to simplify the requirement. So assume that the company has 7 employees, CEO, 3 sales manager, and 3 assistants. So the CEO should be able to see the sales numbers of all the sales managers. The sales manager should only be able to see their own sales numbers. And the assistants, that is tricky. Like one assistant should be able to see the sales of sales manager 1 and 2. And the second assistant should be able to see the sales of sales manager 1 and 3. And the third assistant should be able to see the sales of managers 1, 2, and 3. And again, these assignments change periodically. The assistants, they keep supporting different managers, and it keeps changing maybe once a quarter or once 6 months. In Tableau, we have something, we use a mapping file and we upload this, and then we use security predicates. In Power BI, any ideas how to do?
Yes, in Power BI service, this can be done. The requirement is something like hierarchy, like based on their position, the designation, based on that, or like based on their location, they should able to see the data, the drill through the slicers and whatever it is. So then that can definitely, it can be done in the Power BI. So we'll be definitely discussing that kind of requirements in the Power BI desktop topic. I mean, sorry, Power BI dashboards. While we're creating the dashboards, we'll be creating such scenarios.
Okay. And because the assistance is a tricky, it's not exactly hierarchy, they can go across. So that is what I'm not clear about. But okay. And is this based on the DAX or something?
It is based on the like what do you say, like a Power BI service. Yeah.
Okay, so yep, I'll wait for that. Thank you so much.
Any other question? Please raise their hand. We can unmute. Or they can, yeah. Rajendranath. Go ahead, Rajendranath.
Hey, DJ and Karthik, good morning. So I have a quick question. When we come to this connecting to the databases, and also for us practice, do I need to install SQL Server in my system, Karthik? For my practice,
if you don't mind, could you please repeat the question?
Right now, like we are doing with Excel sheets and all, right? All this different kind of functionalities.
Correct.
Same thing. Once we move to the connecting to the databases, let's say SQL Server. So do I need to have a SQL Server in my laptop to do my practice?
Yes, exactly. You need to. And SQL Server is a free of cost. Like we can download that basic version. And I'll be showing it in the upcoming classes while we are discussing about the data modeling. At that time, how to download the SQL servers and how to connect to SQL Server. These things, yes, the SQL Express version. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Naren. Thank
you. I think Kishore, could you please share the link with the team? Some people are asking for the link.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So any other questions?
This is Raj again. Like I think Karthik mentioned he kept PowerPoint material also, but I don't know, I didn't see any PowerPoint material in the Google Drive. Am I missing anything? Or the only thing I saw is a raw file and the query files.
I'll look into it. Then I can confirm it.
Okay, Karthik. Yeah,
If,
thank you.
while I'm giving some task in between this class, I'll be looking into it. I'll answer that.
Okay, Karthik. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is a shared drive where you have all the recordings. So let me share. Someone was asking in the group. So there is a question here by Vasu. Do we need to install any other software other than Power BI for this training? I mean, other than Power BI and SQL Server.
Other than that, like you may require to, I mean, like if you're not having the MS Office, you're required to install the MS Office as well. But most of our system, we have the MS Office because we are seeing that many examples related to Access. I mean to say like MS Access are like Excel. So you need to have that Excel as well and MS Access apart from the Power BI and SQL Server.
Okay. Any other questions? Before
I
Karthik
think
starts.
80 members now. Yeah.
So there is, I'm not able to practice as I'm using Chromebook and Mac. What are option I have? So do you suggest anything? You said like MacBook, there is option to download, right?
Correct. Like I'll share that link. Let me share it right now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and there was a question. Can you show us how to sort two columns differently? Column one as ascending, column two descending. Yeah, that should be your transformation.
Correct.
Karthik.
In the Power Query. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
showing it in today's session.
Okay. Yes, a few of them they're asking certifications. You can check here. Somebody was asking Power BI. You can go and look for Power BI here. Can I get certification after completing this training?
Can I get certification? You'll get a certificate from our institute like PePon plus DataSkills. But if you want to write the Power BI certification, there is a new changes are about to come. I suggest you need to wait for 2 more months because in the April month it is going to come like new certificate. It is going to retire that existing DA100 certificate. That is a DA100. Like that is going to retire on March 31st this year. So that our institute certificate will be providing after conducting some assessment.
Okay.
Unable to view the last class video.
Okay, I think
Probably like after the session, like Kishore, like you can, Srinivasa can share his screen and check that why he's unable to. But ideally, you are giving that link. It is not sharing through any specific emails kind of thing. It is for everyone. Anyone is having the link, they should be able to get that link. Correct?
yeah.
That's what he's setting it is. The public it is, yeah. But still somehow is unable to get it. So probably while he's copying that link, he might be missing some part of it.
Yeah. Anyhow, I reshared that link. You should be able to do it. Any other questions, team? Before we move to the subject. So I think Karthik, you can go ahead and start. You
Sure.
can start sharing it.
Sure. Given the link, someone was asking like how to install that, how to work with the Mac, Power BI one. Yeah. So Let me start. Jasmeet Kaur, I'll take that question.
Yesterday we had, okay, there was a question. Yesterday we had a day
Oh,
2 video.
see,
Now
did
we
it
don't
get
see the.
deleted? Oh, is it? It should not be. I think Kishore also was showing, sharing a screen. It is there,
Yeah,
right, Kishore?
yeah, it is there. Let me share my screen. If somebody don't want to, let me for a minute. Okay.
Yeah. I stop my screen sharing. You can share it.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen here. You see here, the 01 PePon PBI is a day 1. 02 PePon PBI is a day 2.
And when you go here, like there is subfolders, part one Power Query. There you'll find all the files.
Yeah.
Working files. These are the like PBX files, and the PDF files are missing. Instead of PPT, I'll share it as PDF. I'll be uploading today.
Yeah. Is that clear? Okay. Yeah, Karthik, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I see it's grayed out, and click this in attachment any other way. Fine. Let me start sharing my screen. Oh, we had a less audience today, like 85. Is that because of the weekend? Sunday? Okay, I got it. Like we can see both the recordings, but unable to play the video. What you need to do is select that video, right click and download. Once you download, there you can watch it. You cannot watch in the Google Drive.
No, actually, Karthik, we don't have option to download. Just they need to view through Google Drive.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So we can, if they have any doubts, like they can send an email or message me, and we can get solved.
Sure.
I will also check
Yeah,
whether
these admin kind of things. Please connect with Kishore. He will answer those things. Please don't mind. Let's get started now.
we don't want to waste the time. Okay. Yeah. So if anybody has a questions, I send them my personal number. They can send me a message instead of a call. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate for that.
So yesterday we were discussing about this Power Query. Let's continue with that. Like I was showing this. Please remind me. Like that grouping data, I guess we are done. Get data from the website also. Have we done this? Please don't mind. Please remind me. Till which example we are done? Like Rajendra. How about data cleaning?
I think it is done. Up to if conditions, we just started if conditions.
Oh, we just started the if conditions. Okay, let's continue with that. Like yeah. Hope you're able to see my screen. Like here it is. Yeah. So I'm trying to get the data from Excel. Like the data set is here. The 94 batch. There's a folder. There's a file. The 17th file. The 17th file. We have the many if conditions. I'll take all these tables. Table 1 have some mocks, some generic examples I'm giving. But these examples you can implement in your business logics. Once you understand the logic, you can implement it in your requirement. There are 6 tasks are there, so 6 tables, and click on the transform data. In the transform data, you see the table 1. All the mocks are here. So if I go here, if I open this Excel file, I can tell you what is the requirement I have. The first example, the first table, it is having the mocks. I just want simple pass or fail. If someone is less than 40 mocks, if the mocks is less than 40, it is a fail. More than greater than or equal to 40, it is a pass. That's what I want. That result should be shows pass or fail. So normally we'll write some if formula in Excel, but let's say I don't know about the Excel if formulas and all, which is confusing me, but I want easy way to do this. So in that case, check out like how it can be done very easily using the Power BI based Power Query. So we want to add the new column, which is the result column. So I'll go to add column, as we need to add a column with a conditional base column. So I'll click on the conditional column. Why I'm saying conditional column? If it is a if this marks is greater than or equal to 40, it is a pass. Otherwise, it is a fail. Nothing but on the condition base, that output is getting changed. Right. That is the reason I call it as a conditional column. So we are adding the column on conditional base. So conditional column you click, and here you write the value like I mean, what is the new column name it should be? We are adding a new column. What is the name? That name is, let's say, result. If column name is marks, there is only one column. If you have the many columns in this table, it would have shown multiple tables, but here it is only one column. If marks is greater than or equal to 40, then output should be pass, else it is fail. So if I read this conditional column statement, if marks is greater than or equal to 40, then pass, else fail. So it looked like a simple English statement, but it is a conditional column. Once you click OK, it will show you that results pass or fail. So I'll go to another condition where here I have the same marks here. However, the requirement is different. What is the requirement? You can see it in the Excel file where I given the multiple conditions here. If it is less than 40, fail, 40 to 60 is average, and so on. There's 4 conditions we have. So I'll go back here in the second table. I'll add a new column, conditional column, saying same result. I'll write result. Like if column name is marks, if it is like how do you do this? Like okay, what do you write here? If marks yeah less than I'll go with it less than 40. If it is less than 40 and it is a fail, I think that's a first condition. Less than 40, it is a fail. 40 to 60, nothing but between 40 to 60 is the average, right? Is the average. So I'll go here, add clause. There is something called add clause, nothing but multiple conditions. It will check. First if, then else if, then add clause. You can keep on adding the multiple ifs. You'll be writing this condition. If marks is there is nothing called between here, between 40 to 60 kind of thing I cannot give. However, I can write less than or equal to 60, nothing but if it is less than 40, it is a fail. If it is not, the first condition is not true, then only it will come to the second condition. Then it will check that like, hey, is that less than or equal to 60? If it is less than or equal to 60, then it is an average. And again, marks is that less than or equal to 80, then it is a good marks. You see that like all these 3 we written, if it is a more than 80, then excellent. This is the last condition. So the marks is less than 40 fail, for less than or equal to 60 it is the average, and less than or equal to 80 is a good. If none of them else, you can write the excellent. Otherwise, no, I don't want to write the else. Like I want to write the clause, then only I want to write the excellent. It's up to you. You can add a clause, you can write the marks, and then you can say if it is greater than 80, is greater than 80, then you write the excellent. So this else is optional one. You need not to write it. It is optional one. Earlier example, that previous example, that pass and fail, you are using it, but this time I'm not using. So click OK now. So you'll get the results here based on that marks. It is average, fail, pass, and all. It is showing it. Yeah. So another example, third one. Here the requirement is if it is in New York City, give the 10% on sales. I mean, calculate the 10% on the sales. For other cities, 5% only. So for New York City, it is a 10%. We need to calculate the discount amount. Normally in Excel, what we do, we'll write, hey, is this city equal to New York? Then on the sales, we need to calculate 10%. Whereas if it is not in New York, then we'll write the 5%. This is how we'll write it. But like if it is a Power BI, very easy. Add a conditional column. Not result. It is this time like if city, if it is equals to, there are many operations. If it is a number, it was showing some options. If it is a text, it is shows different options. If it is city is equals to, what is that? New York. What is the cities in New York? And then apply 10%. Nothing but what we need to do on the sales into 10% we need to do. But here there is no option to select the column and into multiply with the 10%, right? Okay, yeah, 10% nothing but 0.1. We need to change the case before the condition. Absolutely, Sampath. Yes, fine. So you see this like first thing is if city is equal to New York, what exactly we need to do is the sales column into 10% we need to do. So here there is no option to select the column. If you want, you can select from the drop down, you can select the column, that column called sales, but you can just select the column. Once you select the column, you cannot multiply, divide, something you cannot do it. But by default, it is an enter value. So some people may think that I'll write the 0.1. And if it is city, New York, then 0.1. Else, if it is not in New York, then 0.5%, nothing but 0.05. Click OK. It is giving all the discount percentages 0.1 or 0.05 and so on. So then actually we want the discount amount. So if you want to have the discount amount, wherever it is in New York, it is giving the 0.1. Wherever the other than the New York, it is giving the 0.05. One more observation here is it is in New York. Even though it is in New York, instead of the 0.1, the 10%, it is giving the 5% because it is a case sensitive. So I would have done this right click, change the data type. I mean to say like that data into capitalize each word. But even though I change this, it is not showing it as a 10%. The reason, it's already that step is calculated. After that, you are doing it. So this is not going to work. So try this moving up and then add it. Now you see that even I moved this up, like after applying the capitalize each word, after applying this capitalize each word, then we added a conditional column. That conditional column, new column 0.1. Wherever it is New York, it is showing that 0.1. Other cities 0.05 and all. So that's okay, but we need to calculate the discount amount. So what do you do? You'll add another column. We need to calculate the discount amount, right? Like I'll go here, sales and discount amount. This two needs to be multiplied. The 60,000 into 0.1 will be my discount amount. 10,000 into 5% is my discount amount. Right click, there's an option called product. Once you click on the product, it is added a new column called product multiplication. It's showing. So this is not a multiplication. I'll call it as a discount amount. This is how you can do it. But here we are adding in percentage column. Then we are doing the discount amount, which I don't want. I want in one shot or in one column, I want to get the discount amount without taking the help of this intermediate column. So if you want to get that way, like what you need to do, I'll show you now. This conditional column was not helping out because we were unable to select the column into some number. So in such case, we can write our custom column. We can write the custom if formula. How to write the custom if formula without taking the that easy trick called conditional column without using it. This can be used for the simple task. But if you have a task like this, the third example one, so where you need to use the custom column help. Here you can say name you write it just for your understanding. I'm writing all this. You can write the if formula. Here you can write it that if like equal to if like what is the condition I said? If the city is equal to New York, right? Like same thing you write it. It is also again looks like a simple English. If city equal to New York, as you're writing something manually, like you need to write it in double quotes. That New York I write it in the double quotes. If city equal to New York, whatever I'm saying that English statement, same thing I'm writing here. If city equal to New York, then uh, calculate the 10% on the sales, right? So sales into 10 percentage, 10 instead of writing the 10 percentage symbol, which won't understand the percentage symbol, you write the 0.1. 0.1 nothing but 10% only. Else same sales. You see that available all the columns names here. Sales into 0.05, that 5%. So no syntax errors found. Like this formula looks good. Click OK. Now it is added a new column where it is giving the same output what it is given, same output it is showing. But this is calculating with the two columns and it is giving the one column. Yeah. Is this clear? That if formula in the custom column. Why can't we just do city into discount? City into discount. How you can multiply city into discount? I mean, city is a text, right? Based on the city name, we are doing it. Yes, what is the difference between the syntax for the conditional column versus statement in custom column? Sales into discount. Okay. Naveen, like how you do that sales into discount? So the discount is not same for everyone. It is like a Trump rule. What Trump says, whomever he likes, he will give the more discount. Whomever you won't like he will give the no discount or less discount. So here, the rule here is if the city is New York, then give the 10% discount on the sales. Else, the sales, the discount amount will be only 5%. Got it? Um, Kishore, could you please unmute either Sampath or Naveen? Looks like they are having some query. I give an option to unmute you guys. Like you can try that on your own. I mean, you can unmute and you can ask. So Sampath asking what is the difference between the syntax for conditional column and statement in the custom column. See, the difference here is what is a conditional column? That's basic things, the simple things it can make it. Here in the output, you cannot select the column into 10%. The example, what we are trying to do it here, the 6,500. I mean, this condition, you cannot write it here. If the city is equal to New York, you can write. You see this, you can write that if the city is New York, then what do you want to do? You want to do that sales into 10%. Where is the sales? Like sales, nothing but that field name. That sales field you cannot select here. You can write just 0.1 or some number you can write or some text you can write it, which is not going to help. Of course, with that conditional column help. Sorry, with that conditional column help only, we created this discount amounts. I mean that discount percentages. But however, later we are taking an additional column, then we are calculating the discount amount. So when I use a custom column without using this intermediate column, directly we got the answer. So that's the difference. Can you have multiple F like NY, New York can also calculate Texas, something NJ and so on, custom formula. Yeah, we can. We are going to see that more custom formulas now. So that fourth one, what is the requirement? You can go here. The requirement this time little change. The sales is greater than or equal to 50,000 and New York City, then only give the 10%. Earlier, if it is a New York City, irrespective of the sales amount, we were giving the 10%. But this time, one more condition is added. If the sales amount should be greater than 50K, nothing but greater than or equal to 50,000, and that city should be New York, then only you give the 10% on sales. That say 10% discount on the sales. Other cities, let's say if it is a Beijing, even though they have done the 1 crore, like 1 million, like we don't give 10%, we'll give 5% only. This 10% applicable to only New York, that too if the New York is sales is greater than 50,000. So hope the requirement is clear. Can you send this report in email? We are sharing through Google Drive. We already shared it, Abhijit. That link which is posted couple of times today also, like Kishore. So you can click on that link and you'll get it. Otherwise, as of now, what I can do is I can quickly close this file. If I don't close it, I cannot attach. I can share this file in the chat box. Oh, it is not allowing me. Like that option is not there. Fine. We can schedule that, Abhijit. In the Power BI service, we discuss that. How to add the condition based on another table. So in the Power Query within the same table, not on the other tables. We see that condition based on other tables in the DAX functions. So that another requirement was like I explain you, like let me work on that. Add column. Again, you cannot do this one using the conditional column. Give a try that. Like if the city should be equals to New York, and it should be sales should be greater than or equal to 50,000. But where is that and? Where is that other condition? I am giving only one condition. If both the conditions satisfied, then only that some output should come. So you are unable to give the two conditions here. If the two conditions, if you are able to give, then only you can get that output. But in this case, we are able to give only one condition. So this is not sufficient. So conditional column one, you can do many things, but limited. But when you know the custom column, you can write the advanced one, advanced if conditions or any formulas. Add clause as shown you, Dipti. Add clause nothing but nested if. So here again I'll say that results, not results, like incentive or bonus. So if anyone aware, like please guide me. If what is it condition? If city, double click on the city, all available columns are here. If city equal to New York, and sales is greater than or equal to 50,000, then what should be the output? It should be what are the sales number on that 10%. Else on the same sales number 5% only into 0.05. So this is the condition. If city is equal to New York and sales is equal greater than equal to 50,000, then only apply the 10%, otherwise 5%. I would have done it like in the proper case. I forgot it. No problem. I'll click OK. It is calculating the 10% here, but it is here calculating the 5%. Of course, even though it is in a, let's assume it is a proper case New York, but the sales is second condition is not satisfied. So let me make this right click before to this custom column. So I'll select here. I do right click, transform, capitalize each word. It is inserted in the new column. On that capitalized one only, it is added the new custom column. Still, it is a 900 because even though it is a New York, that but it is not a like greater than 50,000. That is the reason it is applying the on 18,000. 5% is calculating, and that 5% is a 900. Yeah, can we? Of course, you can use. Of course, Kishore. Like, see, I like a proper case. I'm using the proper case, but you may like the upper case. You can change it. Make that consistency, whether upper, lower, or proper. It's up to us. Can we use a between in the custom column? Yes, but like what we written is a. I mean, like if it is numbers, we can use a between, right? For the text, we cannot text and numbers combination. We cannot use a between. If it is a number or dates, you can use a between this date to this date, or between this number to this number. Kishore, in the can we use? No, you cannot use that way. In the conditional column, upper of city, in the conditional column, you cannot. That is the reason, like AC, to make you happy, to make it feel comfortable, like they given the conditional column. Few basic things and all you can do it. But when you know the custom column, there is no need of learning the conditional column. Those are like something basic one. Yeah, let's take another example. Yeah, that's that's the next example which I'm going to discuss. Here, these are the different salaries we have. These are the different salaries. Like the requirement, what we have is if someone's salary is less than 50,000, we need to get the grade. That grade name should be grade E. If someone's salary is between $50,001 to $1 lakh, then it should be grade D, and so on. Some conditions are here. So I want to follow these conditions. Based on these conditions, I want to populate the grades accordingly in another column in the Power BI. So, and moreover, this can be done in the both the ways. You can do with the that conditional column. You can do with the first method called that conditional column, add conditional column you can do. Otherwise, you can also do the custom column method also you can do. If you're doing that custom column, like instead of going that ascending or descending anyway, like you need to go, I mean, intentionally, I'm asking you to write in the custom column. First, you talk about this condition. Second, you talk about this. The second, you talk about this condition. then third. It's up to me what condition I given here. So it's up to you how you give that condition. I mean to say like that order can change when you are using the custom column. But when you are using the conditional column one, in this case, like you need to go either ascending or descending. So let me quickly write it both of them quickly. Conditional column. I'm using the conditional column because there is no calculation in the output. So if salary is less than 50,000, it is a grade E, I guess, grade E, right? So add clause, again same salary, if it is less than or equal to, what is it, condition, less, um, up to 1 lakh, up to 1 lakh is a grade D. So less than or equal to 1 lakh. Why I taken the equal to? Because 1 lakh is also part of the grade D. Otherwise, else same salary is that less than or equal to like 2,50,000. Then it is a grade C. And then again add clause salary if it is less than or equal to what? Like 5 lakhs. Then it is a grade B. Else you can write a grade A. Otherwise you can write add clause once again. Salary you can say greater than 5 lakhs. Greater than 5 lakhs means not including the 5 lakhs. More than 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs 1, 10 lakhs, 50 lakhs. It can be anything. It is a grade A. So this is how you'll write it. You click OK here. Clear? So this is how we got this answer. So this is a actually I don't like this method because this is a very simple one. Like instead, if you have more complex things here, if you have the more conditions, if it is a this salary and the gender is there and city is there, again you cannot use this method. You cannot use this method. So that's where this custom column coming into picture. Just I change the name of it. I'll call it as a method one. I'll call this name as a method one is the easy method or like a conditional column method. But I would like to do the same output using the method two. Method two. What is it? Method two. We'll write that if, like I think somebody was asking, like nested if, can you show me? So if again, one more thing here is just for the sake of more complex example, I was telling that like I would like to give the condition first on this, then second is this. There is no order here, like 1, 2, 3, anything. Like it's up to you which condition you want to give this first. But earlier example, you need to go in the ascending only or descending only. But the second method, you can go any of the way. So like the first condition is the first condition 1 lakh 1 to 2 lakhs 50,000, nothing but in between that number. If the salary is between 1 lakh $1 to 2 lakhs 50,000, then only it is a grade C. So I'll write that condition if the salary is greater than or equal to 1 lakh $1, and I'll write that and then again same salary is less than or equal to 2 lakhs 50,000. If it is so, then what do you want to write? You would like to write grade C. That output is a grade C. Else, what is this true? Then grade C. Otherwise, else it can be grade A, it can be grade B, it can be grade C. We don't know until unless you check it. It is not like only two outputs. If it is a multiple outputs, multiple conditions, you need to write the multiple ifs. Nothing but here it is a else if. Else if not together, else if is not together, like nothing but don't combine like this. You give the space. You can also see the blue color. Blue color means system wizard, that keywords. So else if again write that condition. What is the second condition? That first one is done. Second condition is this, right? Like I'm going to write this 50,000 to 1 lakh is a grade D. 50,001. Like if salary is greater than or equal to 50,001 and salary is less than or equal to 1 lakh, Make sure that you write the correct number of zeros. Then it is a grade D, right? Again, you write the LCIF. LCIF. No, just Smith code like it is not. See, in C language we'll write one way, like in the Python we'll write the, I mean syntax will change, but overall that logics are same. That way we'll write whether you write a else if, or like in the VB also will write the else if. In Excel we'll write the if, within the if only we'll write the again if and if, like otherwise, like if you're using the latest one we'll be writing the ifs. So based on the application that names change, that's it. But overall logic, the way we are writing is the same. F salary. What is the next one I need to work on? Third one is this. So 2,50,000 to 5 lakhs. Then grade B, I guess, and so on. Like, okay, I do that copy paste, some cheating. Oh, the fourth one, it is a greater than 5 lakhs. Greater than 5 lakhs. Don't mention that 5 lakhs to 5 crores kind of thing. It is a greater than 5 lakhs can be any number. So there is no and. So else if like if it is a greater than 5 lakhs and is not required, greater than 5 lakhs, then it is a grade A. Then you can write else here. It is the last condition. Then you can write else. Otherwise, you can, if you want, you can write the again one more else if. Let's continue with else if itself. Else if what, like what is the last condition on this? Less than 50,000, right? So again, less than 50,000. There is no need of and here. Less than 50,000, it is a grade E. Else, nothing. No syntax error found. Click OK. So, oh, looks like there is some mistake I have done. That's the reason. Like grade B is working fine. These all are working fine. What are the previous method is showing correctly. But whereas if it is a 6,000, that's grade E related, it is giving incorrect answer. Like let me go here, click on the settings. I mentioned greater than 50,000. It should be less than, right? Like less than 50,000. I mean, I'll include the 50,000 also because earlier we taken the 50,000 one to 1 lakh is a grade D. So 50,000 you should not ignore it. Click OK. Now you can see that grade E and all. Yeah, that was my bad. Srinivasa, thanks. Yeah. So I hope you understood this if formulas. Anything in the if formulas you can ask me. Can all of you confirm that, like whether you understood the if formula or not? Monica ready. What is the M language? I'll tell you. Yeah, fine. Thanks. Thanks for the confirmation. Great. So there is another task like you can try that on. Like there are three subjects are there: English, Maths, and Science. You need to get the results. If the candidate is pass in all the three subjects, that pass marks are 40. If candidate is pass in the three subjects, then only you show me the result as pass. For example, like the student one, he passed in English, he passed in Maths, and also Science. Then only that student one consider as a pass. But whereas the student who you see this English 95 and Maths is 100 out of 100, but the Science he got only 33. So even though he got very good marks in the two subjects, and in the Science is less, he failed. So it is overall it is a fail. So that's how that results it should be. You write the if with the combination of and. But sometimes you may need to use if with the or also. Or means any one of the condition needs to be satisfied. At least one of the conditions should be satisfied. And means all the conditions should be satisfied. That is a major difference between and or. And means all the conditions. If you give n number of conditions, all that n number of conditions should be satisfied. Then only it will give the true. If it is or, at least one condition should be true. Then only it will give the true. Otherwise, if all of them are false, or will also give the false as a output. So based on our requirement, we need to use and or within the if. So life is all about if. Like whether you join this course, whether you want to work in US or India, everything is your choice. Yeah. So okay, Naren Patel, like fine. I thought of giving that as an exercise, but let me take that one. There is a 18th file task on if condition. I shown you some six, I think five conditions here. The sixth one you can give a try. Homework I written. So what is the requirement I written? I explained also now. You give a try this. Whereas like another one like task on if condition. This is also actually your task, but however I'll explain this one. So yeah, this yellow you see, these are the assume that this is a module one. That is a like a fact theory module you assume. In the theory we have the three subjects, and in the practical there are two subjects. So that how you consider theory module passes if the candidate is passed in all the three subjects with a minimum of 40 marks. Whereas practical is practical pass marks are only 25, and that too if you pass any one of the module any one of the practicals you consider as a pass in what practicals. So with that same conditions I mentioned here, you can go through that. So by seeing that conditions, the first candidate is that pass or fail. What do you think? The result, the overall result, the student one pass or fail. Okay, yeah, fine. So I'll write it as a pass. Superb. How about the second one? Can you help me out? Is he pass or fail? Student two. Gayatri, it is not pass. It is fail. Reason? Even though he got like 195 good marks in the science, he got the 33. So he failed in the module one, but he passed in the practicals. In the practicals, one subject failed, but second subject he passed. Overall practicals he passed, but in the theory module he failed. So that is the reason he is failed. So we cannot check all these conditions manually, each one of them. Like there are thousands of records here. Just imagine if you are in India, like you are working with them, some some institutes like Narayana and Sri Chaitanya, every day they'll conduct the thousands of exams, and you cannot do that manual work. So you want some solution that if formulas should help you out. So let's try that now. See, like we given the access to these files already. We shared that files, and that link also shared by Kishore multiple times. Probably Kishore, one more time, please share that link. Yeah. So let's see this requirement. And second one, you need to try that later. The WH was saying like 65 years also considered as a youth, 0 to 17 years is underage, and so on. 80 to 99 is the elder age or seniors. So fine. Um, I'll quickly do this task and get data from the instead of closing this and going back to Power BI, and from there we will get connecting to Excel. Not required. Being the Power Query editor itself, you can click on the new sources, and most common again Excel workbook, and select this 18th file, that task one, open. There is a students results TB3 something like this table. There's a table, like I'll enable the checkbox and I'll click OK. So that table data is loaded here. Now we have the 5 subjects overall, 2 modules. The first 3 are one module, second 2 subjects are another module. So I would like to hear from you. Uh, how we need to do before I work on it. Please let me know. What is your approach? Attendees, anyone would like to tell the answer? You can raise the hand. I don't know whether you have the option to unmute or not. Okay, add a new column. Then after that, Srinivasa. Okay, Gayatri, like add a custom column. Fine. Let me go to the add column, and in the custom column, yeah, we are going to do this. So what do you want me to do? Instead of making that complex one at one go, like I can split it into multiple columns. Like first I'll try to get this. I'm trying to simplify this. Otherwise, I would have write it everything at one place. But now I'll try to simplify this. I'll say theory result, something like theory result. Theory result is the theory result is like it depends on the English, maths, and science, right? English marks should be greater than or equal to 40. After that, yeah, correct, Shraddha. Yeah, then and absolutely. And maths also should be greater than or equal to 40, and science also should be greater than or equal to 40. You see this, I'm not writing the if at all. If you want, you can write it and you can get that pass or fail, but I don't need it. I'll just write this. When you write the and when you write the multiple conditions here, if this first condition output true, second condition output true, and third condition output is also true, then only this and formula will give the output as a true. You see here it is giving all true or false. Why it is giving the true? Because the English, maths, and science all are greater than or equal to 40, whereas this third subject is less than one of the subject is false. Even though it is a true, it is a true. One is false, so overall result is giving the false. It is very strict. So that theory result we got, and now we'll get the practical result. We'll add one more custom column, and here we'll write practical result. The practical result, like I'll write practical 1, is it greater than or equal to what marks it is? It is not the 40, it is a 25. 25. Then after that, do I need to write the and? Shiva, like, can we write some in single statement? No, not that way, but other way you can write. That main of that English, maths, science, you can check is it greater than or equal to 40. That way you can write it. If you have BTech marks where you have the many subjects, so where you cannot write each one subject greater than or equal to 40, greater than or equal to 40 like that. So then you can do another way, that was like min of that all the subjects. If it is greater than or equal to 40, then if at least one subject is true, I mean, if all of them are minimum greater than or equal to 40, then only it will give the true. Okay, fine. So people are saying all right. Yeah, correct, Siva. There is no need of if. I'll write the R. The practical is greater than or equal to 25, or practical 2 is greater than or equal to 25. If you want, you can write the if like you written, but not required. So I'll click OK. It is also giving the all the true and false. There are many trues and a couple of false. Why it is false? Because practical 1 failed and practical 2 also failed. If you failed in both of them, I cannot do anything. Here you see one practical pass, another practical fail, no problem. It is still giving the true because at least in the R, at least one of them should be true. So at least one of them should be true. Yeah. So now we got the theory result and practical results. Overall, we need to get the overall result we want. So I'll add one more custom column. Here I'll say overall result. Now here we write. Here we'll write the if. If. Now tell me guys. Let's see your understanding. If. What do you write? How when you say that it is a pass? Yes, Kishore. Like theory result and practical result, both should be true. Then only it is a Hinduja, correct. Like both should be true. So here what we write, like theory result, we already got it. That what we got that answer, like we are going to use if theory result, and some people may be thinking like, do I need to write the true here like this? If you want, you can write it, but it is writing and not mandatory. And theory result equal to true, and practical result is also should be true. Then what do you want? You want to show it as a pass. Else you write it as a fail. Click OK. Now you can see that all that pass and fail. Right. Hope it is clear. Yes, both the conditions should be true. That's the reason we written and. That's the reason just means we written the and. Theory result true and practical result also true, then pass, else fail. So hope this is clear, all of you. Absolutely, Siva. I don't want to showcase my formulas here. I mean to say like, I mean, like that overall result. What Siva is saying is, can we instead of taking the theory result and practical result, the two new columns you are added, and then you are getting the overall result. Can we write that mega formula directly? Yes, of course. Like here also, actually, we are referring to this and this. Whatever the logic we written, same thing you can write it inside of it, so that overall result you will get it. But it will be little lengthier. Like you may confuse. So to make you very clear, I use this method. But however, as you said, like yes, it can be done. Overall mega formula we can write it where there is no need of theory result and practical result. But logic inside of that mega formula will write the same logic what we written here. Yeah. Yes, Moini, that's what I'm saying. Like everything can be done in the one column. We do all this in one custom column. Yeah, correct. We can do it. Okay, you want like, okay, guys, you try that like a mega formula one. If you did not get it, I can show you. To save some time, I'm not showing it. But if you want it, I can show it right now. Do you want me to write that, or can we skip?
I think we can skip actually because that could be a practice.
Yeah. Sure. So fine. I think we spend good time on the if formulas. This if is very important. So do practice well on this if logics, that custom ifs.
Jasmith, he already provided the link. You might have missed it. You can Google it and find out. And also,
Yeah,
like
correct. Just Google it,
Karthik
yeah.
is also provided that link
Correct.
in the chat. Okay,
So
proceed.
fine. Yeah.
So Karthik, I have a question. Sometimes you are not giving that if conditions, right? What in which cases you are not giving that?
Which if condition, Kishore?
Yeah. Sometimes you are you are not provided if condition when
The
you're
theory
writing.
result, the practical result. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Why are not given is like because I'll get the answer. See,
Okay.
I'm concentrating on the oral result. So the theory result and practical result, those are just intermediate columns to help me to get the oral result. So
Now
if
to
you
get a
want,
true or false, you give that if without if condition.
1 second, let me go back. Yeah, here if you see like this, I go right side, this theory results. So I have not written the if formula here. As I
Yes.
did not write the if, it is showing that overall result as a just true or false. You see the theory result as a just true or false, correct? So if you want, you can write the if. You can write the if this overall result is a true, then the way it works is this if formula. This is all the conditions. And when you have the and here, if all these three conditions are satisfied, then only it will get true. If it is this condition is a true, then what we want to write it as a, let's say, pass. Else we want to show it as a fail. Correct. I mean, I think looks like there is some doubt here. The if we write the if, after if, that condition here is, I mean, that syntax is that if followed by condition. Here multiple conditions are there. If all the conditions are satisfied, then overall results of this condition will be true. If that is a true, then we want to write it as a pass. If any one of them is false also, overall result will be false, because here we have the and means all the conditions it will check. All of them are true, then only it will give the true, otherwise it will give the false. Let's assume someone failed in the signs. So overall result will be false. In such case, instead of going to pass, it will give the fail. Agree?
Yeah.
So if I click OK, it will give the pass and fail. Like let me click OK here. It is giving that result as a pass or fail. But I don't want to get the pass and fail. Actually, you can do this way also. Like you can in the next one you can write again if formula. Okay, you can go here. I can write if this practical one are practical to any one of them pass, then I'll write it again pass. I'll write the fail. I can write this click OK. Now if you see this last one, now it is giving everywhere fail, because that overall result what the logic we have written is, let me click on this. The theory result should be not true. Earlier we were checking just true or false. Now this time we'll say that pass. This theory result should be pass, and practical result also should be passed. Then only it is overall pass, otherwise fail. This way also we can do.
Thank you.
KDR like yeah. You written absolutely correct, KDR. Um, some requirement, some small project on the Power Query using the Power Query. How I have solved it, I'll show you. Like let me explain that this is a real-time project. Actually, what we got it. Like this is the data when we download from the SAP. There are some X companies there. When we download the data from their SAP application, this is how the data is look like. This, they have the what do you say, like some hosiery, like garment store, like where that location it is fashion designing clothes or whatever you call it. So it is located in the multiple places. So it is one place, this is the another place, and I just changed that to some US names and all. Otherwise, actually, it is a Hyderabad related locations. So you see this, these are the in this location, there is some code, some product code, something. This is a description, nothing but the product uh, name or something like they give some code number to it, item code, something they call it. So what is the color of that product? Let's assume this is a t-shirt. The t-shirt is available in the black lava. Same t-shirt is available in the some blue as well. So and this black color, it is the t-shirt in the black color available in the different sizes. And similarly, like blue color is also available in the different sizes. And these are the different sizes. And this is the quantity what they have inventory in their stores. So this is how the data is, but the way they are looking the data is, the way they want the data is that output. The way should be, I'll write few records manually, then we'll try to quickly do this. I'll go to the sheet one. They want location name, code name, description, color as it is, and also size. I'll take a copy, I'll paste it here, and I'll come back here. I'll copy this record, copy it, come back here, I'll paste it. This is fine. Then what is that size? Like this size, actually the size is entire empty, right? All the sizes are here, it is this headers, you take it up to here. There is something called last column is the total. I don't need the total. I'll take up to here, I'll take a copy of all of that headers, come back here in the size place, right click, paste special, transpose, click OK. All this data is transposed like this. Now beside to it, this 32B size, what is the quantity, what is the inventory we have? The inventory here is like if I come back here, I'll copy this data, copy it, come back here, I'll paste this, do the transpose, click OK. All the data is transposed, but all these are related to same product, this branch related, this code, description, and there's a color, right? Like after this, we need to do for the this is a one record only, it is done. This is another record. It is showing the blank and all, but actually this blank nothing but this is all locations are same location it is. Until unless it will come that blank cell, another branch, it is all related to the same one. And the same goes with the code number also, and so on. They used to do that manual work. This description is a blank, right? Nothing but this needs to fill it with a down. So now they'll take that record, copy it, paste it here. Then what are the different sizes we have? All this size. So much manual work. Then that quantity, they'll come back here. They will copy this, come back to that output sheet, paste special, transpose enter, and then all these records are belongs to this one, and so on. Like this, they are doing like manual work. So for them as like I mean for fill, uh, if you do this copy paste job, how much time it takes? They were saying sometimes 2 days, sometimes 3 days. So they concentratedly do it because they have the thousands of records in their store. So right now it is some 915 it's showing, right? Once you transform, it will be in the thousands of records, but because one record itself will come into like these are the different sizes, some 20 sizes they have. Nothing but 915 into 20 it should be some 18,000 change, right? So this is the output we required, but we don't have that much time to do it, that copy paste and all. We need to help him out. So how Power Query is going to help us, I'll show you. Let it be this output just for your reference. But actual data is sitting in the raw data is sitting in the sheet one. Is that the requirement clear to all? Great. Thanks for the quick replies. I close this file. I'll go to Power BI. I'll get data from Excel. This project on Power Query, I'll select, click on this open. I'll select this sheet one, not the output. This sheet one is having the raw data. I'll select this checkbox, click on transform data. So I'll write some name. Yeah. Oh, let me go to that file. I did some manual work. I have like I'll remove these values which I copy pasted. This also. Yeah, you see this? It is showing this location, all are blank up to some records. Then again, it is coming that another location name Atlanta, and after that there is another location, and so on. So this data needs to be filled down, and similarly that code also needs to fill it down. We'll select this column and this column, do right click, and fill down. Oh, actually I need to fill down this description also. You see this ID also needs to fill it down here. Not always one ID only you need to fill. Like you see this particular product like this is having in this color, black color, and another color, and so on. What is the color or whatever? So this needs to be dragged all this 5, only 1, only 2, and so on. So again right click, fill down, is done. So nothing but like we have done this fill down for all the 3 columns. I did only for starting 2. Later I realized that I need to do that fill down for the description also. I did it. So if you see this, like it is showing earlier, I did not talk any time about this. Like whatever the steps it is writing, those all are writing in the language called M language. Someone was asking what is the M language. So you are doing some applied steps by simple right click and all, you're doing it, right? So it will be recording all the steps in the M language. So Power Query knows the language called M language. So so like you see this, like we are fill it down, table dot fill down on location, code, and description. This is the beauty. Actually, we done it for the location and code initially, but later we added the description, so it is taken care here. If any case, no, I don't want to fill it down for the description, you can simply like remove this description one from here, remove this, you see that, and say, okay, can you see that it is not filling down? No, I want the description also needs to fill it down. You go here, comma within double quotes, write that is. If you written the correct spelling, it should work. Yeah. So, Mohini wants to put this step. I close that step. All this data I need to fill it down. I selected these 3 columns, right click, fill down. That's it. Yeah, this color and all, already that colors are filled. There are no blanks, no problem. And here you see there is a column called size. There is nothing here. There's no value here. Right click and remove it. It is done. Whereas you see this, these are the different size names, 32B, 32C, and so on. These are the different size names. Like, and at the end you have the something total column. What is this total? 92 plus 50 plus 66 and all that different sizes quantity to sum, it will give the 1140. But I don't need the totals. Right click and remove. So if I show you that last record also, I'll do something. There is some option called in the transform reverse rows. That bottom, which row is the bottom? I want to see that first. Reverse rows I do. In the bottom also we have the total. In the bottom also we have the total. So now I got to know in the bottom we have the total. So every time it will comes with the total, that SAP report. So I can close this step. So we know that in the bottom that total row is there. We want to get rid of. So how do you remove that? Go to home ribbon again, like remove rows. The remove rows, remove bottom rows. Otherwise you can click from here also, remove bottom rows. How many bottom rows you want to remove? Only one. Click on that. Okay, now the data is ready now. So the data, the problem is with the size. Like these sizes are in the different columns. Ideal case, the data should be in the tabular format. Tabular format means what? Each column should be each category should be in one column. Like it should not be in the multiple columns like this 32B or 32C. All these are the different sizes. Those are all are related to category called size. It should not be in the multiple columns like this. This is not ideal way. Like colors, all the different colors are showing in the one column. That's superb. Like that is a tabular format. And this description is also in one column, code also one column, code location is also one column. But only that problem is with the sizes from 32C. So like last column of 2. So what I do is I'll select that good columns from here to here. I selected all of them. I do right click. There is an option called unpivot columns. Unpivot, sorry, unpivot other columns. Nothing but apart from the selected columns, all other columns are going to unpivot. What is that unpivoting is? Actually, it is showing in the pivot way. If you are aware about the pivot tables, something you can show it in the columns. So different views. People may want to see it in that view. So you can click on the unpivot other columns. Once I click on unpivot other columns, you can see that location, code, all are showing as it is. Now here it is showing that attribute and value. Now all the different that sizes which are in the different columns are coming in the rows now. So from 32B to what do you say, that Excel, again 32B to again Excel for the different colors. Here is a black lava, then here is a blue, and so on. So this name, if you did not like it, by default it will give attribute and value. You change this from attribute to size, and here is a quantity. Enter. Now our data is ready. You can click on this, close and apply. The data is transformed within few seconds. As I was explaining, it took some 5 to 10 minutes, but why I said seconds is without explanation, I'll do it in the few seconds actually. So obviously rows increase when compared to earlier. Obviously, I was telling that maths also. That 915 something was there, right? 915 into this 20 rows. So it should be ideally like 9,300, sorry, 18,300. Yeah, correct. Okay, if you have doubt, we can check that one also. We'll go to home ribbon. If you want to do some analysis with that data, let's say I want to see location wise overall quantities, how much that quantity. Like you see this Atlanta, this is number, Augusta, and so on. As I randomly populated some numbers, all are look like some 80s, correct? Like, but this structure is the same. Like, these names and all, I changed it. But other than that, the structure is the same. The requirement is the same. I use some random ran between formula to populate some quantity numbers. So it's showing like this. When is alpha function is required? In this case, when you want to convert that columns of data into in one column. Yeah. So now I want to see something else like location wise, product wise quantities and all. That color wise quantities, you select it, drag this up. You can see within in this location, this is the color, this much quantity we have. This is the location, this is a color, this is the quantity, and so on. The quantity number is the same, right? So someone was want to see the number of rows, right? Like I'll go to edit query. After doing that, all the transformation in this one, I want to know what is that number. Let's say I'll add column, index column from one. I'll add the numbers, index number 1, 2, 3, 4, and all. But I want to see what is that highest number. If I'm scrolling down, it is more. I cannot scroll it like this. It is not Excel that like you click it here, control down arrow, it won't work. So what you need to do, what I can do is there's a sequential numbers, right? What I can do is like you click anywhere in the transform, there is an option called reverse rows. I was using earlier also today. Reverse rows. Once I click on this reverse rows, that bottom rows will come at top. Now you can see that 18,260 is the index number, then 18,259 and so on. So we thought that, right? Like 18,000 change. Yes, it is giving that output. 18,260 divided by, there are 20 different sizes, I guess, and divided by 20. There are 913 records were there earlier. Actually, I was showing some 915. Why 913 it is showing? Because that last total row we removed and header row you did it. Then it will be 913 only, right? Do you have any count feature? Yeah, you can. You have. By always sum, you can also count it also. While you're using this group by also, you can, if you want, you can group by advanced, like location wise. That count I can do. You see that count the rows are like count it, which if it is a count rows you cannot say like the column. Click OK, it will give the number of rows by location. Augusta related, like there are count as 1660 overall that rows, like, but I don't want this. Yeah. So of course, once you load it in the Power BI also, this place also instead of summing, you can also get the what do you say, like count. Instead of sum, you can take this count distinct or count, and so on. One GB. Yeah. So see this like the 2 days, 3 days data, we done it in a few seconds. That's the power of Power Query. Let me save this file. Till now it did not save. Click on the save file.
Karthik, you're on mute. Yeah, I think looks like Karthik is on mute. Let me check with him. Yeah, please hold on to it. Yeah, if you have any questions, post in the chat. While we are waiting for Karthik, we can answer it. That's a good question. Where is the Power BI stores the data? Karthik, you're on mute. We cannot hear you. There could be some problem with the internet connection with Karthik. Let me call him and find out what is happening. If you have anybody has a generic question, so they can answer.
Stock market. Here. Yeah. I think something population by country, something like this. This one. But this is a static data. Like this is a static website, like where you can get the data instantly to your Power BI. But let's say there are some reports, there are some websites which are dynamic. What I mean by dynamic, I'll show you. I'll go here. IPL, IPLT20.com. Yeah, this is the official website for the BCCI, Indian Premium League. So some auction also going on, like Tata IPL auction 2022. Players sold overseas players. Okay, such a big amount it is. Yeah, fine. So we are interested to see the stats here. If you go to this official website, once you click on the stats by season. So you can see that like most runs done by players' names it is giving, how many matches and so on. But which year it is showing the current year. I mean to say like in 2022 that IPL is not done yet. That's the reason it is having like auctions and all. Like the 2021 last year related, that most runs done by this person. There's a that position number is 1, then second, third, and so on. It is giving all that list. And if I click on that load more, view all, earlier it was showing only 20, then it is showing all that all. Fine. This is for the 2021. If I need to get this data into our Power BI, just like yesterday, you see this quickly. Like I'll take a copy, even if you missed it. Like yesterday's session, you can check this. I'll go back to the Power BI where I'll get the data, not from the Excel workbook this time. I'll get the data from the website. Click on that web page. It is asking basic and advanced. We'll talk about this basic first. Paste that URL. Click OK. Once you click OK, once you click OK, it will navigate. So you see that HTML tables, table 1, this is a table. Table 2 and table 3, there is nothing here. So I'll go to table 1, I'll enable the checkbox and click on the transform data. So I'll call this query name as IPL data 2021, something like this. Here you see this column 1, 2, 3 is showing, but actually these are not the headers. This POS player, these should be our headers. So we'll go here, click on the first row as header, use first row as headers. Yes, it is done. So this is good, but there is nowhere it is mentioned that this is a 2021 related. Only this query name we mentioned that IPL data 2021. Fine. We have the IPL data 2021. We need to get the IPL data 2020 also. Then 2020, 2019, all the previous years. I think IPL started in from 2008. So once I have all the data, I can combine all of them. I can append all of them. Then I can, once I have the consolidated data, we can do so much analysis with it. So if you want to get the 2020 data, what do? You'll go back here, you'll select from the filter, like hey, not 2021, I'll select the 2020. Once you select and click on the select here, this website also newly updated. Like this look and feel was earlier different. So you see here, it is showing the 2020 that KL Rahul was the top one, not the Gaikwad and all. So David Warner was the third. Like this person, most times you'll see it in the top 5. So fine. So this data again I need it 2020 also. You need not to do this like 14, 15 times because like from 2008 to till 2021, some 14 times or so. Like you need not to do this manually like this. what do you say, like again, come here, website, paste it here, click OK. Select this, check this box, click OK. Again, same thing I'm doing here. Make this first row as a headers, and I'll change this header name as a IPL data 2020, something like this. So I can do so for 2021, 2020, and 19, and so on. How many times you want me to do? Some 15 times or so. I cannot do this way. So, and after doing all of them, I need to append them. So instead of that, this can be this all this year's data we can get it. We can create some function. We can use some parameters. Using that parameters and functions combinations, we can get all the data in one go. So how to get that one, I'm going to show you. So see this. And one more trick here, like you have the 2020, right? Let's say you want 2019. So what is that? Another easy way is like right click. You can duplicate this. You can change this name. You can change it later with that name. I'll go to the source. That first step called source. In this source, you see that it is all the HTML page that one it is showing, whereas some yum query it is written. If you see this is a URL. This is a URL for the 2020. Like if it is a 2019, I'll simply go here. I'll change this as a 2019. Enter. If you don't believe this, like once you go to this last step, like it should show the 2019 related. 2019, the David Warner is a top player, whereas 2020, KL Rahul and David Warner is at third. 2021 and someone else. So this one is not a 2020 now. Right click, rename, rename, rename as 2019. So this way again you can duplicate, you can change that. I mean, initially while you're doing this, you feel like okay, this is easy than the previous one. But while you're doing this again, duplicating and all, again you feel like okay, it is easy, but again it is some repetitive steps. So there are chances of doing a mistake as well. So instead of doing that way, what we can do is I can one more observation here is if it is a 2020 in this URL, it is showing the 2020. If I apply the filter with a 2014 or something, select it, it will show 2014 here. Other than this year change, everything is the same. That URL, entire URL is the same. Only that year number is getting changed. You see that for 2014, Robin Uthappa. Let me one last time I'll change. Instead of 2014, I'll change it to 2010. Enter. You can see Sachin Tendulkar. The 2010, like Sachin Tendulkar is a top player. So this is how like just year we need to change. Then this year is a parameter here. Year is a variable here. We call it variable as parameter. Like this is the one. This needs to get changed. Other than that, everything is the same. So uh, what we do is like I'll take this URL. Once again, I'll take a copy. Now this time I'll go here. Slowly. Sorry, sorry, it's got disconnected again. Yeah, um, let's load it the data. So I'm showing you now the dynamic one, how to make this dynamic. Get data from the website. Instead of taking the basic one, take this advanced, and in this advanced, you can make this URL into multiple parts. Like you see this, like here entire this part in this URL. This is actually from here to here is one part, and this 2010 that year number is another part, and the remaining part is a third part. So this 2010, 2011, 2012, the year only will get keep changing. So whatever it is keep changing, that you can consider as a variable which will keep changes, or you can call it as a parameter. So first we'll create a parameter, then that parameter we'll be using here, then we'll create as a function. So I'll close this. um, I'll I'll get into transform data, that Power Query, where you can create a parameter. So how to create a parameter is like click on the manage parameters, and till now there is no parameters we created. That's the reason edit parameter is disabled. You add a new parameter. Once you click on edit parameter, add parameter, what is the parameter name it's asking? By default it's in the parameter one. Instead I'll go here, p underscore, I'll give the name as a year. P, nothing but P indicates a parameter just for an understanding purpose. Otherwise, you can give any name. If you want to write some description, it's up to you. You can write it. This is here parameter. Something you can write it whatever you want, and it is a required field. Like and what is the data type of it? Is text data type, and any current value something. No. I click OK. Oh, current value we need to write, like let's say we are getting the data from 2010, like I'll give the 2010. Click OK here. As it is a required field, you need to give the value, otherwise if it is not required, you can skip that. Yeah, so this is something parameter it is created. Once it is created the parameter, now I'll get the data from the website, advance, go here, paste that URL, that entire URL. So in this URL, this part I'll cut this, Control X, this is a part one. You paste it here. This one also, like this one 2010 something. I'll Control X this part. Instead of writing the 2010, I'll remove the 2010. I'll click on the drop down and select the parameter. As we created only one parameter, it is automatically selecting the p underscore year parameter. If you have the multiple parameters, you can select which parameter you want. Then add part. Then here it is the remaining part. So if you combine this, this is what the preview. This is the preview it is showing, the entire URL. So if you click OK, it will get the data, like it is connecting to that website, same website, and it's trying to get the data from there. So see this, select the table one, click OK. This row one, I'll make it as a headers. This is okay, like you can call it some name, you give it. IPL data I'll call. I don't say like IPL 2010 or something. I'll make it as IPL data, like something generic one. So this is what the data we got it, but this is for the 2010 related. But this should be dynamic enough, like we want for the 28, 2008, 2009, 2010, and all up to 2021. So for that reason, what I do is I do right click. I can change this one. Like here we given the parameter, and it is giving the for that particular year related for data. But I'm going to convert this table, this query as a function. How to convert this query as a function is do right click, and there is an option called create function. Once you click on this create function, it will ask you what is the new function name. Like I'll call it as a IPL data function. Some name you give it. It's up to you what name you'll give. So, and that parameter it is going to take is p underscore year. Click OK. So it is created the function here. You see this IPL data function. It is having all this like this parameter, this table, and the function. So function means what? Like you give the argument value, like it will do that action. So in this case, that parameter, that variable is a p underscore here. Like let's say if I give the 2021, if I click on this invoke, nothing but that function will be invoked. Whatever you had done earlier, same thing it will do it. Like it will get the data from the 2021. You see that once I click on OK, it is invoke function. It is showing all the 2021 related. For this function, it is taking the parameter as a 2021 and giving the output like this. And that head is also it's showing properly. You may want to see that for the other year, you go here the function. Again, you type the some other year, 2009. Click on this invoke. It will give that invoke function output like this. So again, you need not to type that 14 or 15 times to invoke that function and combine all this queries output into one for the consolidated one. Not required. What you can do is you can create a small table. Either you enter the table or you write the function here.
Karthik, did we lose you? Okay. Yeah. I think we lost the Karthik again. He has some internet connection today. Let us wait for a few more seconds then. Yeah, so Karthik has a network issue. We can connect back for the next class. I think so. Whatever we covered so far, you can practice and come for the next week. We will start in the next week. Okay. So he's going to cover the same topic, whatever the last topic in the next class. He cannot make it. Yeah. He has an internet connection issue. Thank you all for joining. I know it is a weekend. I really appreciate taking your time and learning this new technology. Karthik is one thing is good thing about Karthik is he has a vast knowledge in spreadsheets and Power BI. Especially on the Power Query, that will really help you guys. So usually like other courses, I have seen a lot of trainers, they won't provide you this much depth knowledge about the Power Query. So since take advantage of Karthik's knowledge. And so once you got the data and data modeling is done, I think creating dashboards will be very easy. So he's not showing all the fancy stuff, whatever Power BI offers now. So we are just learning about the details about Power Query itself. So there are a lot of the UI perspective visualization. It's very easy. Okay, bet me on that. It's anybody can learn if you know the basics. Yeah. So I hope have a rest of the good weekend, and we will see you the next week. Okay. Yeah. The data modeling is very tough. That is what Karthik is very good at it. If you go to any Power BI training, they won't teach you all these topics. So Karthik is the best in the power, especially the data modeling. Just take advantage of it. Thank you. We'll meet in next week.